Hello, everyone, and welcome to day four. Today, we're talking about light. Um, as I said in the intro video, these are the steps I take when I see light as the hero. When I want to reflect back on when I saw that light, that spot or flooding light, how it made me feel. As always, once I take the photo with the native camera phone, I will then open it in PicTap Go. Um, you can see the photo I selected. I like the photo compositionally, but you can see where it hardly feels as I want light, something that's a really compelling light, how I want that to feel or how it felt. So I'm going to try to get this image to feel as I saw it. It was in the morning. The east is to the left, and so light was just peeking in the window. And Relatively speaking, it was really bright coming in fairly strongly. But this image, of course, doesn't quite reflect that. So the first thing I'm going to do is convert it to black and white. At this point, you don't have to if you want to keep it color. I would maybe suggest that you hold off on any filters until you get it as light as you want to get it before you apply those filters. I'll show you why. Once I start applying, getting it brighter and brighter, you can see where it starts taking away the intensity of a black and white or a color. Um, so that's why I would hesitate on that. What I'm going to do is you can see where I hit that twice, and I want to back off it a little bit. I want to really blow it out. Um, you can see right now where the photo went fairly flat, and we're going to fix that. So you don't worry that at this point if it looks really flat to you, because it will be, and if it is, then that's kind of where you should have it. So once I have it there, I'm going to save out of PicTap Go. I'm going to then open it in Snapseed. Okay, once in here, I'm going to open it, use our vignette tool that I love. I'm hoping you're loving too. And I want to make this circumference really large because I just want to hit the bottom right now. And I'm going to darken it up. And I'm really loving that just because of that light on the sill. Okay. Once I get it about there is where I like that. But you can see where the bottom is dark, and then along the sides I can start to see that circular shape that we kind of don't want to have there. Or, again, if you like it, it's fine. I like to minimize that as much as possible. So I'm going to go to -3, and I'm just going to darken up the sides a little bit. Take that away. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do in a situation like this, not always, but in some situations, is I'm going to look at those flowers. And in this case, I'm going to lighten them a little bit so that the details come out a little more. Sorry, I think I darkened it. I'm going to lighten them a little bit, maybe a little bit more, so you can kind of see. And I'm just dabbing on them. I want to bring out the details of them. Just play with that a little bit too, because to get it to your taste. Okay. Once I get it here, I've got the contrast about where I want it. There's one last step we'll do. We're going to go back to PicTap Go to do that, where I think makes all the difference. And each time we've talked about this, there's always that little move at the end, usually for me, that makes all the difference. So once I'm done here, I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to save out of here. I go to PicTap, back to PicTap Go. Open the photo we just saved. Okay. There's a filter here called Montecito, and you're going to open it, and you can see where it really blows it out, and it gives it a brown hue. We're going to back off of that quite a bit. But what I love about this filter when dealing with light as a last kind of tool that you use is that when light gets very intense, things go out of focus. And you can see where that happens. It distorts. And that, to me, is incredibly accurate to the human experience. and you kind of see and it's complete taste here too. So once I get about right there, um, I'm really loving that. And what you might do in this case on this one, sometimes the edges are going to go, and I like that effect because again, it's a real natural effect. But you can go back over here too and reestablish a little bit with this filter called Easy Burn, and you can see where it kind of puts back, and you can bring up back a little bit off that. I think that's really nice. I said that was the last thing, but as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking um, there's probably one other thing I would do, um, and it would go back to that Ag Pro 200 and have that. Excuse me. And you're going to back way off of that. And once I get a right in here, I'm really happy with it. An image like this, and again, the effort is in. It seems very formulated what I do, and it is a bit. Um, but the real effort goes into seeing that photograph, as you know. So if you have any questions, be sure and ask on the Facebook group. I'll be happy to answer. And I certainly hope that you share those things that you're working on.